other people have talked about fights that could be in the future. The fight was referenced earlier in the call, Roy Jones. That's the fight I think a lot of people want to see. Makes a lot of sense. Legendary fighters, maybe close to weight. Is that the focus next? Anderson Silva, Roy Jones, or should we just give up hope that fight is not going to happen?
Wow. I talking about this fight for many, many years ago, and first of all, I respect and I'm a big fan for Roy Jones. I try to copy Roy Jones in my entire life, because it's amazing. And I respect a lot Mr. Roy. And I don't think so this fight happening right now. But I keep in talk with Mr. Roy Jones a lot, and I talk to me when I fight with Chaves Jr. and give me good luck, and I asking about something I can do, and I watching the fight when Mr. Roy Jones putting the hands down and look the guy and say, come here, and then go in the corner, and I watching the same the whole night, it's the same I do. And when I start UFC, I just watching a lot the videos, the Roy Jones, Muhammad Ali, and Bruce Lee. And right now I continue watching Mr. Roy Jones, the videos, and this inspired me a lot. But I think the fight is not happening anymore. I respect it a lot, and I'm big fan. I follow the Mr. Roy Jones in entire career when I start the amateur, and I'm so happy to try to do the same Mr. Roy Jones do inside the ring, and my coach don't like too much, and sometimes I'm feel sad because my coach beat me a lot, but I try to copy Mr. Roy Jones because it's inspiring me a lot, and of course Muhammad Ali too, but it's a different level. And my coach told me talk to me about every day. You're not Roy Jones Jr. Put your hands up and stop. And I say, okay, I go try.
Our next questions come from Cynthia Conte. Go ahead, Cynthia.
This question is for both of you. In follow-up, Anderson, you said that, or your coach said, stop emulating Roy Jones Jr., but what other fighters do you watch in preparation for your fights?
I don't have nobody in my mind. I just continue training, and waiting for the new challenge. But I don't have nobody in my mind. I just continue training. It's because I love training. I just help my kids every day. I come to training with my partners. I like to stay here in academy and training and learn something new one. But I don't have names in my mind.
And then also, how is sparring? How are you able to get sparring, and are you getting professional fighters?
Yeah, the sparring is interesting for my partner sparring, but not for me. I try to kill me, And at the last sparring, the guy say, I take 2 punches and say, and I look at it when I'm done and say, what happened, man? I'm your friend. Say, I'm not your friend. I'm Tito Ortiz right now. And say, okay. I go kick your legs next time. And then my friends, they say, you can't kick the legs. Just continue working the boxing and put your hands up.
Okay. And Tito, also same question. What fighters do you watch to bring out the best tools in your arsenal and also your sparring?
I think right now, I've been really focusing on boxing is watching Canelo and Ryan Garcia. Just the speed and power that they're able to come up with is just amazing. How they turn their punches over. This is stuff that I've really focused on, like I said, over the last 6 years, and not really the beginning of my UFC career because of kicks, because of knees, because of elbows, because of takedowns. But now I'm able to kind of focus on how they turn their punches over, how they turn their hip over, shoulder, head movement, just getting in and out of the punching position, stuff that I've never really focused on before. And I've been able to focus on, like I said, the last years, that it makes it interesting. It makes it exciting. It's like a chess match. It's like a chess game. We're doing these little small, little intervals of punches and feet position and head position. It just makes it exciting. And I think I just got the hunger back of competing again. And this is just, once again, I'm very thankful for Triller giving me this opportunity and Anderson to take in the fight, because I wouldn't want to fight anybody else. I want to fight the best. every one of my fights, and Anderson's that man today. So I'm excited.
Since you are learning so much about yourself, becoming a boxer, what have you found out? What have you learned about yourself? What is the strongest tool in your arsenal that we will be seeing September 11th?
I think a lot of it is putting punches together, not just throwing 1 and 2 punches. Because I was always the game plan for me is throwing straight right and clinching and double legging. And I hope I don't do that for this fight. So I got to apologize to Anderson right now if I take you down. I'm sorry. It's the fight. And I just, that's how I respond. I don't know. I think a lot of it is just having control, having that methodical control, being able to get out of the way of a punch, gloves are only this big. And if I'm able to move out of the way only that much, that's all I need to do. People understand a leg is a much, much longer object to get all the way out of the way or to close the gap in double leg. But I think just be able to move my head side to side and not really worry about moving too much out of the way so I can counter punch or I can be the first one to fire. I think that's the type of things that I've been learning working with Jason Perillo and the guys I've been sparring with. And Anderson being a southpaw, I trained for Vitor Belfort for two training camps, 2 full training camps, and he was a southpaw. And I learned so much of firing against a southpaw that I'm able to adapt for this camp. And I'm thankful because, like I said, it's just like building blocks. You got to build it up more and more and more and more to get to where you want to be for the competition in general. So I'm just excited that I have had this opportunity through Triller, and I don't know, my fans will be excited. I am. I'm excited. I'm over the top. I love to compete. I love to fight. I love to see what I can perform in front of the millions of fans that'll be watching. And let's put on a great show. I'm just excited.
Can I ask the same question to Anderson? What has he learned? This will be his second bout. What has he learned that's his strongest tool in his arsenal?
Wow, that's a good question. But I can ask for my coach.
Okay.
Well, to be honest, everything about Anderson Silva has arsenal. He's very intelligent. He's a great athlete, very, 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 very great athlete. So September 11th, you'll see his strength and with Tito Ortiz, and may the best win.
Best of luck to both of you, gentlemen.